How's it going, everybody? I'm back. I was sitting here, I was thinking about what I was just talking about in the last video of, you gotta live before you die. And a quote came to me that I remember about a year ago. I was really deep into my job and what I was doing. And, I'm big into learning about management and leadership and whatnot. And the quote was, build a garden and the butterflies will come. That's exactly right. And that's really one of the points I was trying to get across during that video. You got to build a garden before the butterflies show up. I talked about, my YouTube channels in the past. One of them in 2016, that was my first channel I ever started. I'd post videos, like I said, of just, me playing video games. And they didn't get too many views. They'd get 2 or 3 views, not really, And then about a year later, those videos would get a few more views. I got, a few people who were interested in what I was doing. It was not great quality, but I didn't care. I just wanted to post videos. That's all I wanted to do, right? I'd come home from school, and that's the first thing I would do is go to my room and start making videos, or start, watching videos on how to become a YouTuber and how to build a fan base and whatnot. And I didn't realize it at the time, but this is true for every channel I've ever had, anything I've ever done. You gotta build that garden first. And that garden for me in my early stages of YouTube, other channels that I had, was videos. The garden of videos, right? You gotta have a garden of videos. You gotta have a platform. You gotta have a base to stand on. I'm standing by a river, and moss is not going to grow on its own. It's got to grow on something. I'm being stupid. I'm trying to give like a nature analogy since I'm right here. But, you understand what I'm trying to say. My other channels that have done actually well, where I made money off them, I didn't get exposure until I had that garden. And then the butterflies came in. Say you have this landscaping company, right? That landscaping company is not going to get any clients if you're not going to, your neighborhood doors, asking to do somebody's lawn for free, just give them results, trying to get your name out there. You got to explain that to them. You got to build that garden. And then your butterflies will come. Offer more services. You're doing, you're doing like lawn care. You can throw in some, bushes, or, trimming trees. Trimming trees is not hard. My dad, he's a pro arborist, certified arborist. And I learned all this stuff from him. I learned how to do all these things. I did landscaping. I did tree service. And so that's why I got that analogy. But even if you're trying to, you work at T-Mobile selling phones. You're in cell phone sales. When you start off, you'll get some sales, but you got to build your clientele. You got to be able to network with people. You got to know, you got to know your business. You got to know what you're selling. You got an iPhone 14, you don't know a fucking thing about it. You don't know, the highest resolution that can record a video, and you got somebody coming in wanting to buy a cell phone, but that can also be used for photography. You got to cover all your tracks. You got to know what chip is in that phone, how it's going to perform. You know what I mean? And this is not, like I'm saying, this is not just moto vlogs, not just cell phone sales, car sales. You can relate this to anything. You got to build your garden first. And it's about consistency, because if you start building that garden and put it off, and then a week you come back, your flowers are dead. You got to be consistent with it. And like I said in the last video, consistency is key. Build your garden and the butterflies will come. We're about to start heading back, so for me, my garden is going to be these videos of moto vlogs, talking about self-improvement, but also, I'm on a motorcycle, and I do motorcycle type videos. This is my garden. I'm starting to build my garden. Build your garden, but maintain it as well. You gotta take care of your garden. Your garden, no butterflies are gonna come to your garden if it's ugly and got dead flowers everywhere. Let's go back to the landscaping analogy. If you're, you got a landscaping business, it's not just about consistency, because yeah, you got to put in the work every day, but you got to also maintain, that original structure. And so if you did somebody's yard, 1 week and they wanted you to do their bushes as well, go back, you got to go back the next week, or in 2 weeks. It depends on your location for landscaping, but that's a whole, I'm not a landscaping channel. You get what I'm saying though. You gotta cover all aspects of it, and that's the hardest part about doing what you want to do, is you gotta cover all aspects of it. For me, I manage a business, right? And I take care of my financials of that business and the business's financials, but I'm not the one making the executive changes to the business. It's not my business to, it's not, that part of the business is not mine to take care of. And so when you become a content creator or you become a business owner, everything is all on you. I got to do my thumbnails. Well, you can outsource a lot of your stuff. Well, if you're not good with numbers, you can outsource your accounting, your finances. You know what I mean? But generally, it's up to you. If you want a different CFO at your company, you can fire that person and get a new CFO. Let's say I outsource my editing, if the person editing my videos takes too long, I'll find somebody else. That's your choice, because it's your business. I gotta cover all aspects, and that's about that is building your garden and maintaining your garden. Because yeah, you gotta build the garden, but you gotta maintain the garden if you want those butterflies to keep coming back. I'm sure most of you here are motorcycle riders, or inspired to be, or aspire to be, I guess. Not only do you have to manage your business or your content, your brand, you got to manage your life as well. And so that's why a lot of people just opt for a 9-to-5. They just want to go get their money, go home, because they already got enough stuff going on at home. And so it takes truly a special person to be able to manage your brand, your online brand, or your business, as well as your personal life. You've got relationships get complex. It's not easy. I'm looking to go full-time with this. I want to be up there with KinMoto. I love his videos and I look up to him huge. He's great. I love watching his videos. He's great. Yami, another great one. I really like watching Yami's videos. I watch pretty much all his videos. So with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video as well. I enjoy coming on here and just talking. That's all that this was. I hope it could help you in some way. I appreciate you if you did come in. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.